Hello, welcome to the second book. Today we're going to start talking about the auxiliaries may and can. Number one is permission. We use can or may to ask for permission. For example, we can say, can I use your pen? Or may I use your pen? Both are correct and have the same meaning. To agree or say yes, we use these answers. Let's see. Sure, no problem, of course, absolutely. Any of them would be correct. Now, for the second part, we have asked for a favor. When we ask for a favor, you use can, only can. May is not commonly used. For example, can you open the door, please? When you use this kind of questions, you can use please or not. When you use please, it's more emphatic and it's more polite. Number three, offer help. When you offer help, you can use can or may with no changing meaning. For example, can I help you clean the floor? Or may I help you with your homework? Both are correct and you can use them at any time. Okay, now to disagree or to say no, we can use the phrases sorry or sorry I can't, I'm busy now, maybe some other time. You can also use combination of these phrases like sorry I can, I'm busy, or I'm busy now, maybe some other time, or sorry I can't, I'm busy. Any of those are correct and it's up to you. Now we're going to talk about verb to be in past. The verb to be in past has two forms, was and were. Was is used with the pronouns I, she, he, and it. The negative form is wasn't. Now, were is used with the pronouns you, we, they. Be careful with you because it can be singular or plural. The negative form is weren't. Now let's see some examples. Affirmative sentence, I was at home last night. Negative sentence, Mary wasn't here yesterday. Question, was he at school? Notice that for a question, we invert the verb be at the beginning to make the question. Was he at school? For the answers, we can have yes or no. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. You can elaborate these answers by saying, yes, he was. He was at school all day. Or you can also say, yes, he was at school all day. Direct. In the negative answer, we say, no, he wasn't. He was at home because he was sick. Or, no, he wasn't at school. He was at home. So the answers depend on what you want to express. Now, the examples with were. Affirmative sentence. You were at the movies last night. Remember always that this you can be singular or plural. Negative sentence. My parents weren't at the supermarket. Questions. Were you at the beach last summer? To ask a question with were, you invert the position. Were at the beginning. Like I said before with was. For affirmative answer, yes, we were. Negative answer, no, we weren't. Now, why I'm using we in the answers? Because this you is plural. Be careful with that. Yes, we were. No, we weren't. But what if this you were singular? Now we have another example. Were you at home? I'm asking only person. Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. How do we know? In the moment of speaking, we know if we are referring or talking to one person or several people. Now let's talk about existence in the past. Do you remember in level 1 when we talked about there is and there are as existence in the present? For example, there is one teacher in front of the camera right now. That's me. There are 3 cats under the table. Can you see them? No? Well, here they are. Okay. Now, To talk about existence in the past, we use the verb be, was, and were to form these expressions. There was and there were. Let's see examples with there was. Affirmative sentence. There was a book on the table. Negative sentence. There wasn't a book on the table. Now, to ask the question, we invert the verb be and we say, was there a book on the table? To answer, yes or no, yes there was, no there wasn't, and we can elaborate more by adding extra information as we wish. Now, the examples with were, there were. Affirmative sentence, there were 3 cats under the table. Now, negative, there weren't 3 cats under the table. To ask the questions, we invert the verb be, were there 3 cats under the table? To answer, yes, yes they were. Negative, no, there weren't. Again, you can elaborate the answers like yes, there were, the cats were under the table drinking milk, or no, there weren't any cats under the table.